thing. First, I just want to drop the statistic that I dropped in the actual blog post, that only 23% of the United States population actually gets exercise. And I don't mean like working out 4 or 5 times a week, getting strength training and cardio in. I mean 23% of people do the bare minimum. Okay, that counts the people who are doing the bare minimum. So that means 70, almost 80% of people ain't doing diddly squat. So that is enough right there that should pump you a little, like, dang, I'm 1 in 4 people that is actually taking care of myself at least enough. So when you have your really bad days, okay, or your bad week or whatever, I think you should fall back on that statistic. Like, well, you know what? I'm still doing better than most people. Like, most people aren't even willing to do this. Okay, so that's one point I had about that. What else did I say? So yeah, and then I was kind of going on what I was talking about earlier. So the celebrate progress thing, it's more so, I think people have a problem giving themselves not self-acceptance, but being able to, they feel like they're bragging, or just the inability for people to say good things about themselves and to be happy for themselves about little wins even. It's almost like, and I particularly think this is more prevalent with Black women, because, you know, we as a whole are always taking care of other people. We're in a very stressful situation all the time. You know, like, you know, and this isn't excuses, this is reality. You have to work around these things, but it is the reality. Like, Black women have a different, you know, I don't like to call it a burden, but we have different circumstances that other people just can't identify with. And I think part of that is not being able to really evaluate and look at the good in what we're doing, right? Because we're always just trying to like boost everybody else. So I want to encourage you to brag more, to, you know, start telling people what you're accomplishing, being like, and honestly, stop trying to protect people's feelings, okay? People that ain't doing nothing, and trying to like not and hide your greatness because you want to appease the fact that those 70% of people, they don't want to do anything. Like, you should be able to celebrate your wins. So when you lose 5 pounds, you should tell every single one of your friends, especially the ones that don't want to work out ever, okay? You shobe tell everybody that you have been working out for however long. It doesn't have to be obnoxious, but these are things that might come up in everyday conversation, okay? But yes, it is awesome, because the thing is, people, it's like, you're doing what you're supposed to do, okay? Most people aren't doing what they're supposed to do, and you're expected to not say anything because you're out of the norm, but you're the one doing what you're supposed to do. So what you're supposed to do is say, dang, y'all aren't doing what you're supposed to do. And you don't even have to say it like that. All you have to do is say, yeah, I've lost like 10 pounds since last month, or whatever. Because I think people are trying to appease people that ain't doing shit too much. And that's just my personal opinion. And I see it all the time. People want to, you know, and I'm like that. Believe it, like, most of my family is not that healthy. Okay, I don't think that's a huge surprise, you know. And I'm a trainer. You can't make people do what they're supposed to do. Like, you can't. Like, it's pretty much everyone in my family is not super healthy. So, but you think I'm not going to wear the clothes I want to wear, or like I'm going to tell them they should be working out more. And I know part of that's just the fact I'm a trainer. You don't have to go around telling people they need to work out more. But, you know, if you want a flat stomach like me, then you need to go ahead and get it popping then. Like, that's just what it is. I mean, I ain't got no core lines, but I do have a flat stomach, and it's going to stay that way. So that is just what it is. And I just want to encourage you to celebrate your wins, because even saying it, the fact you're saying it and saying it more regularly or saying it often, you're not just saying it to someone else, you're reiterating it to yourself that you are actually making moves and you're accomplished. I would even go and say, do you know only 1 in 4 people actually get the exercise they need? My cat's acting crazy, y'all. But like, you know, but you don't even have to do all that, okay? This is like the trainer side of me. But like, I might say something like that. You don't have to say something like that. You should just be celebrating your wins. And you shouldn't feel any way about celebrating your wins around people, because the truth of the matter is this is a very lonely road you're on. Okay, the truth is, with the statistic I just said, okay, and I probably didn't even have to tell you that statistic, because you're probably one in the black community. This is the general statistic. In the black community, I bet it's way less than that. If it's 23% for everybody, I'm gonna look that up actually. I have looked it up, but there's always conflicting numbers, because it's really hard, and it's really hard to get black people to just admit that they're not doing stuff. So I think it's hard to get the data correct as well. A lot of these numbers come out of studies and stuff, and you know, we as black people don't really be up for it and getting studied, and there's pretty much, you know, that's fair, right? We have reason to be suspicious of studies and stuff like that, and we just don't be going for it. So let's see what the comments say. Sucks that everyone doesn't want to hear that piece of news. Yup. Because people don't want to feel like they're getting called out. But most people know that they aren't eating right and that they should be exercising. Like, they know that already. So they ain't surprised. I have not shared with my family my weight loss number out of concern for how others may feel. Yeah, I get it. A lot of people, I swear, I think most people will not share their journeys and their wins and stuff, which is why I do always, you know, like, accountability partners are always so pushed, or like trying to go on your journey with someone else is pushed because it's really hard to find one person even that is really going to be receptive to all of it, the good and the bad. So like, and it's crazy because people are more okay with the bad than the good. Like, if you go to them and say, oh my God, like, I've been working out so much and it's taking a really long time for me to lose the weight, or you say, I'm really tired of eating salads, or whatever. If you complain, people will jump on board. They will be your co-signer. They will want to have a 2-hour conversation about it. They will talk about, they will co-sign all day. But if you go and say something positive, like I've lost like 10 pounds, then all of a sudden there's crickets and they don't want to really talk about it anymore. It's like, oh, good for you, right? It's like, it's different. And it's not that people are haters. It's more so that they know that you're doing what you're supposed to do, and they don't want to feel pressured to do what you're doing, but in deep down they feel some kind of shame. All right, let's just keep it real. They know that they should be working out, eating better. Okay, that's just what it is. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't say, okay, I've been working really hard, and the fact that you've lost that much weight, girl, you should be yelling that off the rooftops, okay? Like, most people can't say that, okay? Yes, there are haters too. There are haters. Okay, there are haters. And but the thing is, the root of haters is either they can't have what you have, or they can have what you have, but they're not willing to do what it takes to get it, right? That's the whole root of being a hater. And most people that are haters really do have some deep issues going on, but there are haters. Pardon my directness, accountability partners, from my experience, is crap. This journey is a lonely one, filled with self-motivation. I agree with you. Yeah, actually, when I was talking, I agree with you. So motivation partners, accountability partners, they are pushed on people because it's like, oh, you have one person. But honestly, unless you happen to win the lottery and get an accountability partner that's part of that like 23% that really cares, it's one person usually falls off very quickly. It's really like it in ideology, and it seems like a great idea, but most people just aren't going to stick to it. It's just the truth. Most people are not going to stick to it, and I understand. No pardons needed. That is the truth. And you have to rely on yourself. Like, it's all about self. I mean, it is a lonely road. I just said, like, I am a trainer, okay? Now, my dad is a personal trainer as well, so that's an interesting little tidbit. He became a personal trainer after me, so, and I don't think I was like his motivation or anything, but he was talking about doing it when I got certified. So, and he's pretty healthy, but I mean, he's still from the South too. So a lot of this stuff I just can't mess with, like they eat more beef and pork than me and just all kinds of stuff. But like, other than him though, I mean, everybody else, like, forget it. I mean, I'm not like trying to trash talk my family, but it's the truth. It's just reality. Like, most people are not going to be on board, and that is just what it is. And I don't try, and you shouldn't try to, so people have to want to change. So I'm not telling you to push your stuff on other people and tell them they need to work out or this and that, but you should be able to speak about your successes if it makes sense for the conversation, okay? Or like, if someone is complaining, if y'all are all talking, if there's a group of y'all are talking about food and stuff, because a lot of times people will just co-sign just to be part of the group. You don't have to say yeah or I agree. Like, you could say, well, for me, it hasn't been like that. I mean, like, I've been able to do whatever. So anyways, I'm dwelling on this point, but I really do think that y'all need to be a little, like, celebrating your wins is a big deal. Because you need to remember why it ties in with the why. The why is the main thing, but the wins is what's going to keep you going. Like I said, like, knowing why is one thing, but it takes a lot of effort for all this stuff. So you want to have a little bit more than that. You want to, even if it's the little stuff that I tell y'all, like, if you usually drink, like, if you're the head of the party and you're the one getting lit and you drink all the cocktails and you go in and say, I'm just going to have 2, okay, or whatever, and you actually do it, you should celebrate that win. Like, you should be very proud of yourself and tell somebody, write it down, start a wins journal. How about that? Everybody talks about gratitude journals and stuff like that. Go buy a little $1 little pad or something, and make it a wins calendar or wins notebook or whatever even a calendar if you want to print a little calendar. I have calendars printed on all of those challenges. Just print one and put your win of the day and go look back at it, and you'll see like 30 days of wins, like something you did every day to help your journey, So those are the topics for the day. Does anybody have any questions about anything? But I really want y'all to understand that having a week here, a week there, a week here, a week there of not being active, it really makes it hard to make a dent. Okay? And I know it feels like you're working super hard on the weeks that you're doing well. Okay? But those other weeks, go look at the post I put up today. Okay? About especially the last one. Like the last one that has my Fitbit breakdown, and go look at like the calories and all the stuff. Like